Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, nice to see you. I hope everyone are doing well. First of all, before I start this video, I will introduce myself first. My name is Athiyyah Zayyan Salsabila. I study at the Archive and Record Management Study Program in Sekolah Vokasi Universitas Gadjah Mada, and now I live in Gunung Kidul, Jakarta. In this video, I will tell you so many things about the memorable and meaningful place to me. So because there are many things and many places that I want to show in this video, I will divide this video into the several parts. So let's start with the first place. Okay, so the first place that I think will be the memorable and meaningful place to me is my home. Of course, I think many people will also feel that home is the memorable and meaningful place for them. I think that home is the beginning of everything. Start the moment when we wake up in the morning until when we sleep at the night. I also think that home is where everything must come from. So firstly, I will tell a little story about my home. So my home is in the center area of the Gunung Kidul city. So there are a lot of residents and neighbors around my area. And my home is quite large with two areas. So there are a front area and a back area. So in the front area there are many stores that are rented out for the business purpose. And for the extra income, my parents decided to rent out the store for many people. Something like for printing, photocopy, for open the boutique, open the store, and something like that. And then in the back area is my home. What I think that makes my home as a special place is that all the things I've been doing always have started and ended at home. Since I was born and grew up in the kindergarten, elementary school, junior high school, senior high school, and even until I go to the college, as this time, home has always been a place where I grew up and lived together with my older sister and my parents too. So every time I come back to home, I always feel happy, and there is a sense of comfort that I think without feeling to worry, but something like feeling hunger, feeling tired, feeling bored, or feeling stressed with many tasks or assessment and something like that. When I was in boarding house for a few months before the current COVID pandemic, I started to feel bored because of something like uncomfortable moment. So every time I come back home in the weekend, start from the Friday night until the Sunday, I think this is the moment that for 2 days I feel to relax my mind, to fresh my mind, and then I can go back to study again in the Monday. So when I was in a far place, especially alone, of course there are many things that will change. So it's been about 8 months, I think. I study at the city of Gadjah, and then there's a pandemic there was pandemic in the range of February and March, and the pandemic is still happening until this October. So in mid-March, I go back to my home and settle back here until right now. However, I still visit my boarding house too, just to pick up some things and do something related to my college. Previously, I tell about the story about happy moments and happy things about my home. But I think my home is also the reason for me to get making me cry or angry too. So there are many accidents of unpleasant things, unpleasant events that happen in my home. However, it will become a reason for me to do the better person for me in the future. And in my opinion, memory are not only the recent things that happen in my life, but also it can be something like making us a bit cry or angry, that it will give the deepest meaning and even making more impression for me. And then oftentimes I sit in the terrace of my house just to see the in front of my area, to imagine on thinking something about what I'm doing until now. And then I go to the top floor or second floor in my house to just to stare at the next sky and thinking and to learn what I've been doing. And then I can get to listen, I can be a better person. The area of my house that I think gives the deepest impression for me is the terrace. So there are many interesting and memorable events that took place in the terrace of my house. So I will tell a little story about my terrace. So the terrace starts from the front side of near the fence of my house, and then leading back to the backyard of my house. So usually the terrace is used for garage for cars and motorbikes, and then the terrace also has many undergo several years and many renovations that carry out every year. So initially the terrace didn't have ceramics and only found mix of soil, corn block, and cement. And the reason that I think the terrace is memorable and meaningful place for me is that every activities, many moments, something like family gathering or neighbor gathering, sport activities, sitting together with my family, playing together with my friend, and everything like that, it is happened in the terrace. Because the terrace is quite large and can accommodate for many people, and then it is also supported by the bright sunlight, atmosphere, and there are a lot of many plants near the side. There are a lot of plants that stretch about 6 meters in the near of the wall, and it is so beautiful. And the terrace is also the selling point to take a photo with my family and my relatives and my friends. Okay, so this is the area of my terrace. We can see this is the fence that I previously talked about to interest for my house. There are many vehicles that's passing by, so there are many voices. The sound is very loud. Sorry for this. So in this area, it is used as a garage for cars and motorbikes. And then if we go forward, we will find a lot of suruh plants on the left side. It is about 6 meters, I think, until the backyard. And if we on the right side, we will see a fish pond with a lot of potted plants like this. It is just a small fish, I think. And then we can see in this there are in the top floor or second floor, and last this is chairs for those for families that want to relax for my terrace. So this is quite large with many sides. Okay, so the next place that I think will be the memorable and meaningful place to me, that it is still part of my home, it is my store. In the right side area is my store, and in front of that it is the in front area of my store. It is just a little area. So I recorded this video at 3 a.m. in the midnight, because if I record the video in the mornings like 6 a.m. so 6 a.m. 7 a.m. or in the afternoon or evening, there are many vehicles such as motorcycle and cars like this. Yeah, the sound is very noisy and very loud, so it will be disturb the video, and then my sound will not good in this video, so I recorded this in the midnight. Okay, so let's talk about this place. Okay, now it is 4 p.m. and I still in the front of my store. So I will talk about my store. So we can see the fence in the south there. So this is for entrance for my house, and this is the store. So the store in the past was farther back and not near to the road. So it is physical, the bus. So in the bus there was also many plants and many trees, such as like mango trees that can cover up the area in front of this. And there are many potted plants in the set area this. So when I was in the kindergarten, I play with my friends, with my siblings, and with my relatives too in here. So most of my childhood spent here. Previously, I talked about the area in front of my store. So in the next, I will tell a story about the store that I think is also memorable and meaningful place to me. So my parents opened the grocery store since 1995, but it is not in this area, but it is in different area, about 3 or 4 kilometers from here. And then in 2000, my parents moved in this area, and then continue the grocery store business. So the items sold in this grocery store include the basic necessities, electrical materials, the toiletries, ice cubes, clothes, and other household materials. So actually, open the grocery store was not my parents' main job, but actually because my father and my mother are the civil servants who work to the office every day. So open the grocery store, it is just to increase the income and to fill the spare time, start from the afternoon until the evening. And then the activities of my family gather together in the grocery store at night. So however, in 2016 or 17, the income in my grocery store was falling down, and the income was not balanced with the expense. So my parents talked about the other alternatives, and finally the decision was to rent it out the store to the other people. So the store was divided into the 4 parts and rented out for many people. And I think it is more profit. This option is more profitable and the income more increase for that. And it is better than to continue the grocery store. That it is will be will not good, I think. So it is the good choice that my parents did. I'm sorry if this video has many sound of vehicle that passing by, so I just want to talk a little about this. So now I move from the in front of area of my store. So right now I'm in the stadium area. It is just in front of my house. So if we can see, this is my house. So this is my house, it is my store, and this is the fence to entrance for my house. And this is the stadium, this is the parking area, and if we can see, we can entrance the stadium into there. And this is the health clinic. It is just beside my house. Okay, so now I want to talk about this stadium. Okay, so now I will talk about this area of stadium. So I think this is my home. This stadium is also the memorable and meaningful place to me. So the stadium is often used as a special place for the sport event, religious event, community event, and village event, and something like that too. And this stadium is also has undergone for several changes for many years. Just like the paint of this area. Before that, it is slightly orange, and now it has it's turned to the green paint in the wall in the stadium like this. Now I record the area of the stadium. This is the parking area. I cannot go into the center stadium because it is closed right now. So I just in the outside area. We can see this is the fence to entrance to the stadium, and this is many chairs. We can see it in here to see the stadium. Yes, there are many vehicles that are passing by, and this is my house. This is my store, and this is the fence to entrance for my house. This is the in front area of my store, and this is the clinic that I previously talked about. It is beautiful view right here, I think, and it is also a memorable place for me. If you can see, in the morning like this is so fresh, and the beautiful view that I think I will see. The reason why the stadium is one of the most memorable and meaningful places to me is that since I was little, I often played in the stadium. So there are many activities such as jogging, running around, playing kids, playing badminton, playing football, running around, and even doing the motorbike training I also do it in the stadium. At this point, every Idul Fitri, Idul Adha, or many other play activities also do as well held in the stadium, because the stadium has a large area, a good parking lot, and the clean atmosphere that can accommodate many people. So the moment that I think was impressive for there was a night market area that was held in the stadium, and it is in 2006, and there was not any modern online games like right now, so there are many people that come, and so my sister and I joined the various games and play many games, and it was fun time at the time. So beside that, the memories that I think it is when I was in senior high school. It is when the class meeting events and sport activities even was held. I and with my friends we supporter to support the class meeting events, such as like football and many other activities. And because my house is just in front of the stadium, so I just cross easily to see what's going on in the stadium, and I can join to support that. And it is the memorable event that I think is interesting. I can join and I can play with my friend, and it is the fun moment at the time. I think I have already mentioned the various thing about the memorable and meaningful place to me. I hope that what I have already told is useful. I also hope that everyone support this social distancing program so that the pandemic will end soon. I also hope that everyone have a nice day. Stay safe and stay at home too. Thank you very much for your attention to my video. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi